Hi, Shane here. You're watching Sam for God, and this is Mark. Check her out.
So hi guys, how are you doing? And welcome to the third episode of Hot Choc Chat. So seeing as it was World Book Day on the 1st of March, the 1st of this month, and today is the last day of March, isn't it, Sam? Mm-hmm. I thought, why not talk about books today, and what better guest to have on this channel for this topic than Sam? So basically, today's episode is going to be, firstly, let's show our mugs because look, how cool are these mugs? So we've got a shush, I'm reading. What's yours, Sam?
Book Life.
I mean, very appropriate to today's topic. I think books are something that everyone enjoys, and if they don't, you should. So I thought we just have a chat about books, favourite books, everything. So yeah, let's start with, what made you start reading? Were you always a reader?
So at school, obviously you read, and then I remember one day I was off school and I had a cold, and my mum gave me Matilda by Roald Dahl.
That's cute.
And I read the whole thing on the sofa that whole afternoon.
Wow, yeah.
So like it was the longest it was the first time I ever read a whole book through as well.
Through in like one sitting.
Yeah, and I just read the whole thing, and then I was like hooked on Roald Dahl.
How old were you then, Fana?
I think I was maybe 8 or 9.
That's so cute.
Yeah, and that kind of got me like really into like being a bookworm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've kind of read ever since. I kind of dipped a bit in my teens.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
I think I don't know, there definitely is young adult fiction out there.
Did you read it?
I didn't find it. No, I didn't find it until a bit late.
Right. Okay.
Like I was too old for Harry Potter.
Yeah. But you still read it? Did you?
Yeah, I read it later. I read it as an adult because I was too old and I was doing the oh, that's children's literature. I won't get anything out of that.
Yeah.
And then I read it as an adult and I really loved it, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I don't know why I didn't catch that young adult. I don't know if there wasn't as many.
Maybe there wasn't
available.
that many. Maybe there wasn't. You're right.
It is a big genre. Yeah, it's a massive genre.
So yeah, it's a big thing.
Because I really like that genre. I really like the Hunger Games. I like young adult dystopia. I find it really interesting.
Yeah, definitely. There's some.
So I wish I did have it when I was in that kind of teens.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I would have read it because I was lazy.
Yeah. No, I think that's what happens when you're a teenager. Isn't it? Kind of.
Got back into it as like a kind of. Like about 19 maybe, I was started getting really back into it, and then
I don't remember ever a time in my life where I wasn't reading. Yeah. You know, I have some friends, for instance, who say I just don't read. I'm like, oh, but for me it was just like as a child, I think parents just read to children anyway. So like, I was always encouraged as a child, like my parents would also give me gifts, books. Yes. Like you with Matilda.
Yeah.
And I was like, when I was living in Iran, for instance, I'd read in Iranian back in the day. My mum would come sometimes home with like Iranian books and be like, oh, this is a good, maybe you should try this. And I remember when Harry Potter, because
you would have been.
I was. I think I was probably the correct age actually for it. And when Harry Potter came out, everyone at school was talking about it. Like, and then I went home. I was like, Mom, Harry Potter, can you get that for me? And so she did. And it was like, suddenly it came home and I read it and I was like, but it wasn't for me. Harry Potter wasn't the first book that because a lot of people they say Harry Potter's the book that changed, got them into reading. It wasn't for me. No. It wasn't for me. It was one book that I really enjoyed.
It's good.
Yeah.
I think what was really interesting about Harry Potter was if it was the right age for you, the books came out, you grew up with him.
Yeah, which I think I more or less did, yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't. I was like I think I was 14.
Oh really? When the first one came
out? So when it came out, I was like, no way.
Nah, you didn't want to read.
Like there was no way that was appealing.
For you.
The cover, everything about it was not appealing to a teenager.
Yeah.
And when you're trying to be taken seriously as like.
Of course, no, I get
So I was in my kind of 20s when I read it.
Yeah. I think what Harry Potter's done is really good though. I mean,
incredible.
Because it's obviously got so many younger people to read it and everything.
You know, they wouldn't let our public. Well, I don't know if they wouldn't.
Yeah, but they wanted to change.
Joanne.
Yeah, that makes me so sad. Obviously, now look at it. Like, this is the thing. They didn't at the time because they wanted to make sure it sells.
Well, they wanted to make sure it sells, but also apparently it was about because lots of women use pen names.
Oh yeah, of course.
And that is like kind of common thing.
Yeah.
Or they'll use initials in a way that makes it look a bit more masculine. Like they'll never use a really feminine name.
Yeah.
And I think she was initially going to publish it with her name.
Just her
Joanne.
Like actual Joanne, yeah.
And I think they said it would never appeal. But they said boys would never. Someone.
I've heard that
boys
would not want to read
a book by a woman about wizards. I'd like to think we've changed a bit in our attitudes to like publishing.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we're on the right path. That's safe.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and some people like publishing under a different name as well.
If that's
They
what you
maybe
want.
want to disassociate a bit as well. But yeah, I think there's something kind of I think as a young girl, if I'd seen a woman's name there, would that have changed my perception of?
It wouldn't have for me at all.
Do you know what I mean?
At all
That's the thing. I
whatsoever.
don't know. Like, would I have been more? Would I have been more
No, you
interested
just don't
in
know.
it?
Yeah.
Like, it just looked like a boys' book about wizards,
Yeah.
and I didn't like the covers either. I still don't like those original covers.
Yeah, they're not the best, to be fair. The covers, I obviously read them in Iranian, so there were different covers.
Were they?
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
Iranian Harry Potter?
I read the first 4 in Iranian, then I moved and I read the rest in English.
What do you think? How was the Iranian translation?
It was fine. It was okay. I didn't know how to pronounce Hermione's name because they pronounced it very weirdly, and it was like Hermione. So like that's how I had it in my head. And then when the films came out, I was like, oh my god, that's how you pronounce Hermione.
Do you know in this stage show?
Yeah.
Someone went to see it recently.
Yeah.
And they thought they were mispronouncing because you know how they say
Voldemort.
Voldemort.
Oh yeah, and they say
because
Voldemort.
it's French because it's
yeah.
Mort. And someone was like, everyone's mispronouncing. Someone was telling me
Let's not
recently.
do it.
And I was like, because in the films they don't.
No, they say
Voldemort.
the yeah.
They say the
I
So
don't
it
know
probably
why.
was confusing.
Yeah, no, I get it.
The
But
original
obviously Voldemort
director
is a real-
obviously
was
said
like,
that was
let's
it.
do a bit more, authentic,
Yeah.
which is fair. I noticed that as well when
Yeah,
I saw
so
it.
did I.
was happy. I was like, well, go for it.
Yeah,
Voldemort.
so did I.
I'm sure you really enjoy Voldemort as a Slytherin, you know. You're...
I can't believe she just outed me as a Slytherin.
Slytherin!
I told you that in confidence. No, I'm cool with that.
No, it's fine. There you go. She's my top piece. I mean, I wish I wasn't a Gryffindor.
Are you Gryffindor? I was going to say I thought you were, yeah.
But I hate it because it's so common. Everyone's like, oh, Gryffindor.
It's not everyone wants to be.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the Sorting Hat was actually on that many people. I think there'd be plenty Hufflepuffs.
Yeah.
All
Maybe
masquerading. Oh yeah, definitely
yeah.
Gryffindor, definitely. Whereas if you admit to being a Slytherin, you've thought long and
Yeah,
hard
you've
about it.
accepted it. You've like, yeah.
I know
like,
the dark
terms.
inside me.
You do. Oh lord. So you said you obviously you really enjoy dystopian. What are your favourite genres of books? I kind of know anyway, but just so we can.
What's my favourite?
Or just what kind of genres? Or have you found maybe like that you when you were younger maybe preferred a different genre and like as you've gotten older? Or it's always kind of been the same?
Well, I liked like fantasy, so I guess you could put like Roald Dahl is fantasy. So it's like these fantastical worlds.
Yeah.
You know, with silly words
Yeah.
and giants and you know, like all these kind of things that you dream about when you're a kid. So I love that. I like fantasy. I know it's really, really popular, but the Game of Thrones books, I read them.
Yeah.
I read them before I really like that.
Yeah, before the TV show and everything. Yeah.
But I guess I think my favorite is probably like realism.
Yeah.
I like realism. I like family drama. I like.
Would you say just contemporary? Would that be a thing?
Yeah, you could say contemporary. I like magical realism.
Okay.
Where it's like real life, but there's elements of magic that are just tiny.
Tiny.
There's a really great author actually called Leonie Ross who wrote a collection of short stories called "Come Let Us Sing Anyway," and it's magical realism.
Okay.
All the stories are less than 1,000 words, so like you can just sit. She's really great. And it's not always easy, but like there's always a reason, and there's a lot of thought behind everything that she does. So like there's really interesting stories in that. So I like magical realism where it can
Okay, that's cool. Because when I was a young adult, I still am young. Let's hope for the best. No,
She didn't only say that because I'm here today. So.
I know. Making the most of this
Thank
scenario.
you. I feel like an absolute granny.
And your plots. All your secrets are being revealed now to the peeps. What was I saying? Oh yes, so dystopian. So I don't anymore though. I feel like I'm a weird. I'm not. I mean, maybe I will again, but there's for a lot. I don't know. For 3 years, I'm like I just can't bother with dystopian anymore. Maybe I read a lot of it when I was a young adult.
Maybe. Did you read Hunger Games and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. And also, have you heard of BookTube? It's basically YouTube channels that only talk about book, and it's almost like they've got their own thing.
I don't know,
BookTube.
that's cool.
You know how I did Disney, for instance.
Yeah.
But Disney Tube doesn't rhyme as well as BookTube, so that doesn't have a name. Whereas BookTube
So it's
has
just
a
people
name.
reviewing books
And all that
speaking
Disney
about
all
literature.
book hauls. So I discovered that when I was a teenager, when I first discovered YouTube, and I started watching a lot of that as well. And they would always be, because they'd be young people like myself, then mainly they would be talking about dystopian books. And I'd be like, oh my god, I really want to read that. So I think I'd saturated myself with it. To the point where now I'm
So is it kind of a new phenomenon then? I don't even, like, is it, like, well it can't be, because like, I think The Handmaid's Tale came out in what, 83?
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And I guess that's not a young adult.
No, that's not really
necessarily.
no, although I didn't, yeah.
Although it could be attributed, they teach it in schools, don't they?
I appreciated the hand. I only read The Handmaid's Tale recently.
I love it. I love Margaret Atwood. Anything that Margaret Atwood writes, she's an absolute queen.
Completely off topic, but I think she's doing a talk soon in
At
June.
South Bank Centre.
Or at Drury Lane, maybe, I feel like.
Oh, right.
You go
I'll need to
this?
get on it. Because she's like a proper hero.
Okay, yeah, fair. I mean, I've only read The Handmaid's Tale by her, so I don't know anything else, but I enjoy
great short stories, great like shapes on. She also can churn books out. Like she will sit down and she will just she will just churn it. Yeah, she can churn out a book. I think it was Penguin Classics or Random House.
Yeah.
Published these 4 takes on Shakespeare tales, and she did one based on The Tempest called Hagseed.
Oh, I've heard of that.
And it is amazing.
I do want. Is it really good?
Yeah,
because I do.
She's so compelling.
Okay.
She's really compelling. Yeah.
One genre that I never really liked until recently is poetry for me. I know you're a big no, it's fine. I like it now. Like I'm getting into it.
But I think the reason I know why you like it, and I'm excited by that.
Yeah.
Well, Insta Poets, being able to promote stuff.
Definitely. Yeah.
Women of colour, like publishing, like is it Rupi Kaur? Is that how you say it? Like women like that, I think, are transforming the game.
They're making it more accessible to people who maybe wouldn't think poetry is for them.
Yeah.
Because when I was at school, I just thought, because it's a bit more complicated. Maybe I reread poems that I was like, I don't get it, so I feel stupid, so I don't want to bother with them. But now I'm like, oh, there's so many other varieties of poem that actually poems that,
it's not for clever people.
No,
but
that's what I thought when I was at school.
Well, yeah, because you're taught that you have to analyse it in a certain way, and that if you don't see the beauty in it, then maybe
that's it, you're done.
No, I've always liked poetry. I've always recited poetry, like as a child. My mum will tell you, we used to get the camcorder out and I would just sit like this and like do a poem for the camera. So I've always loved it, and I think that was like, I liked spoken word, I liked speaking. So yeah, I've always loved it. I love, there's something about a poem that can make you feel so much in such a short space. And Insta Poetry is really showing that, particularly.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Is it Nehemiah?
Yeah, Wahid, I think.
Wahid, yeah.
She's based on Salt as well, which I read and I loved recently. Like,
she's a phenomenon, because it's like, because I think people maybe think it's like inspirational quotes, but they're not. It's, actually, a lot of it is very deep. Gone into,
yeah.
And a lot of them are representing women of colour.
Yeah, which is so good. So
fantastic. So like they're starting to study these texts in classes and stuff. And there are people who are kind of saying these girls aren't like to be taken seriously as poets. And I find that really, I find it really gross and elitist.
Who are you to say someone else's?
Well, they kind of talk about it being populism and stuff. There was this girl who wrote an article for The Guardian who I think was she'd went to Oxford and she'd obviously taken poetry very seriously and thought it was a very serious profession to be involved in, and she basically wrote an article like slagging off these girls and Rupi in particular about populism of it, and obviously because Rupi has sold a lot of books,
of course,
she's one of the biggest poets I think that has ever existed, and how brilliant that she's this woman like whose parents are from India. Like I'm so happy that it's her.
Definitely,
like I don't want Ted Cruz or Philip Larkin to be the only ones to get the fund.
And
I think the reason that she connects with people is not because it's simple. I think there is much more to it than that. I think it's more nuanced than just inflammatory words to make you feel something. I really do.
I agree. I understand why people might be. I don't actually understand it, but like it has become very popular and everyone loves it. But why should that be a bad thing? Yeah. Why is that?
I just thought it was a bit boring. It was one woman tearing another woman down.
That's definitely.
And then I googled the woman and I'd never heard of her poetry.
Really?
And not that makes her stuff worse. No. But like, also I was a bit like, is it because you need the notoriety or you need to be known by everyone? Like I don't know. Her poetry was rubbish.
No offense. Another genre that I think only in the past few years I've become very into, non-fiction. Like when I was younger I didn't really read much non-fiction, but now I love it because I feel like you can, it's possibilities of like learning about new things are endless. And that's amazing.
My sister will only read non-fiction.
Really?
She doesn't like fiction.
Fair, but I think that's okay as well.
She just likes reading personal stories. And that's what that's what she's into, first person narrative.
That's
she
amazing.
likes. Which is, but I think they're interesting. I think they can be a bit indulgent, like those kind of, it's called autofiction, isn't it, when it's kind of, I call it creative non-fiction.
Oh, yeah.
I think that kind of sums it up, because if you call it auto-fiction, you're insinuating it's not true at all.
Yeah, but
where it actually is,
you're
it's
like,
not
yeah,
fictional,
no,
it's
yeah.
just that you've creatively woven it in, like
Yeah.
Outrun.
Oh yeah,
what's
I
her
like
name?
that one. Oh, I
Oh,
don't
it's
remember. She's a
beautiful.
Scottish writer, isn't she?
She's Acadian,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. I really enjoyed that one. Surprise! I didn't think
what's
I
her
would as much as
name?
I
Yeah.
did. Amy Liptrot.
Yeah.
You we found. How do we do
Who
this?
wrote
Yeah.
The Outrun.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so hers is creative non-fiction, I'd call that, because
Mm-hmm.
it's about her and her experiences, but it's written like a novel.
Yeah. So it's very readable. If you haven't read Outrun, like guys, go and read it. It's a very
It's
beautiful
really
book.
beautiful.
Really beautiful book. So you like that sort of stuff.
I love
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I think there's something interesting about sometimes the first 50 pages of the Outrun, I didn't know it was her.
Right. Yeah.
And then when I realised it was her, it does change your perception, because you feel much closer to someone who's experienced it. So you feel a bit more close to the author.
Yeah.
Because you're accepting that this is their truth.
An actual.
This is
yeah,
actually
a real.
yeah. So anything that happened in it where you could relate to it becomes even more poignant, because you've got
Definitely,
like
'cause you know
this
it's
is written
more
by
of a
someone who's
connection.
maybe experienced something similar to me. And I had that recently. I read it's a Swedish book called In Every Moment We Are Still Alive. It's like an international bestseller by this guy called Tom Malmquist, I think. I can't remember exactly if that's just his name. And I really didn't like her. And it's really it's a really heavy subject about family death, about raising a daughter.
Yeah.
And yeah, because that's the thing, if you don't connect to the character or
That's
the author,
Yeah.
not the character.
How are you gonna meant to go with that? Yeah. It's just so
Because
you
you're like,
find
you
out from the
exist.
start more or less.
Yeah, and I think it's alright for like obviously characters or like writer to have flaws.
Yeah.
That's endearing.
Yeah, because the Outrun, that girl defo has a lot of flaws.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's why she
But
wrote
that's
the
why
book
she's
as
in there.
therapy, I'd
Yeah,
imagine.
exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, that's why it's so. Yes, I think when they don't show vulnerability, maybe that's something.
Definitely.
And I also love like non-fiction books, like Michelle Alexander. Like I like social commentary books. So Michelle Alexander wrote a book called The New Jim Crow, which is about mass incarceration in the States. It's a really amazing read. It's heavy and dense.
Yeah.
But it's really worth the read. So like I like reading commentary about the world. I like books about memory.
Yeah.
So like if you like non-fiction, there's a book called The Memory Game, I think. It's basically about how we just lie to ourselves because our memories are memories on top of
I
memories.
want to read this. Okay.
It's really good. So
Yeah.
I like learning things, but it's the things I want to learn.
Yeah, but that's fine because there is all. Yeah, you don't want to be forced to read about.
But you know what I mean? Like I like
Yeah.
history.
Yeah, me same.
And I liked it at school.
Historical fiction I love as well. by the
I
way.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you read Wolf Hall?
No.
Don't even speak to me about historical fiction. If you have not read
What?
Wolf Hall.
No, I don't know.
Hilary Mantel. She's the queen of historical. She's the queen. She's writing the third book now, so you should start the first two before the third book comes out. It's the one about Henry VIII. Well, it's not about him. It's about Thomas Cromwell.
Okay. I'll read
He was
it.
his chancellor. I think
Fair.
he's chancellor or something.
Right. Okay.
She breaks the mold with it because she writes it with kind of a modern eye,
Okay.
but obviously it's set in like the 1500s.
Interesting.
She's so sharp. If you
I
like,
will,
honestly,
I
if you
will.
like it,
Yeah, no, I
think
will.
she is
Yeah,
the
because
best
I've read a lot
historical.
of like World War stuff and that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But I just was at one point I was very obsessed with that kind of stuff.
So yeah, obviously this is Tudor.
Yeah.
So it's a bit further back.
Yeah, but
it's
still interesting,
so
and I don't know much about
engaging.
that. Yeah.
Wolf Hall, and then the second book is Bring Up the Bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And she's writing the third one now, which I would quite like to come out, please, Hilary.
Hurry up.
If you're
hurry up.
watching, please can you bring it out? What else? We're waiting on another book. Oh, Game of Thrones. Never gonna see that, are we?
Yeah.
Never.
I've never even read them, but it's the last one, isn't it? That
Well, the TV show's overtaking the books now.
Oh, yeah.
So I used to sit, when everyone was watching it, I'd be sitting like that. You don't know what's going on.
Whereas I know.
Whereas now, it's every man for
Oh,
himself.
God, you don't even. The next
No,
series is
no
coming out. What
idea.
next year is it? The last series.
Early 2019. Yeah, so yeah, early.
You know, like self-help guide books as well. That's obviously non-fiction as well.
Yeah.
And I just moved to Vienna, and I was struggling to make friends. So I went to
What
the
did you
bookshop.
read?
It was like I can't remember what it was called, but it was like how to make friends, or how to become a part of a group. How sad. It wasn't though, because it made me feel like there's other people who also are struggling with these things.
Yeah, I don't think you should feel sad about it.
No.
I think I'm sometimes dubious about some self-help. But I feel like if they help anyone.
Have you read? Is it? Oh, that's not.
Eat,
it's
Pray,
not
Love? It's not
No.
self-help, but it's kind of.
The Secret.
No.
I haven't either. Everyone used to tell me at the time when it became very popular to read it, but I never did.
It feels a bit culty.
Yeah, no, I get you. That's
It feels
I think
a
that's
wee
why I
bit
didn't-
religious-y,
Yeah.
Illuminati.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't believe that everyone
Not-
who's read one book knows a secret
Yeah,
more than me
yeah,
or understands the world more
yeah.
than me.
No, I get you.
There's kind of self-help books that are kind of covertly disguised. Like I think Eat, Pray, Love, if you've ever read that.
No, I haven't.
It's about, it's non-fiction, Elizabeth Gilbert,
Mm-hmm.
and she basically went on, and a lot of people don't like this, and there will be a lot of my friends, if anyone is watching this who don't like
Yeah.
it, but I think it's a beautiful book because
What did she do?
she basically travels to Italy. She divorces her husband, is the catalyst for everything. She travels to Italy and she eats food for a few months and she gets quite chubby. But
Okay.
she's like looking after herself. She's
Right.
trying to kind of fall in love with herself again. And then she goes to India and she goes to an ashram and she's like gets involved in meditation, blah blah blah. And then she goes to Indonesia. She goes to Bali and she meets like a medicine man. And it's just all about her like
Just her
finding
journey,
like
how to
yeah.
deal
And
with
I think she writes beautifully. There's so much about food. I really like people writing about food.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, because it's delicious.
I'm joking. It is delicious. Food's my favourite thing.
She writes about food a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's kind of, it's not a self-help book in
Yeah, it's more of
traditional
a, you
sense,
kind of
but it's
see
sold,
how someone
it's
has
an
dealt with it.
international
Yeah.
bestseller, and I
Okay.
think anyone who's kind of experienced a bit of loss
Yeah.
or came out of like a marriage and things like that, like that can really help. Yeah.
I think one thing that I actually wanted to talk mainly about was just like why we read, because I think that's the topic of today's Hot Choc Chat. Because obviously there's so many reasons why I read, but I think one of the main reasons, especially, is just like you said, to see other people's experiences and how they go through it. Story as well.
Yeah.
But I never feel like, I mean, it's just always having just always having someone, a character, an adventure that you kind of is with you. I think it's so exciting.
I've gone on a journey, like a quest.
Yeah.
Like, have you read like his Dark Materials?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't read them by now.
Yeah, like going on a quest, particularly over a few books, is really exciting. That must be really exciting to young people. But like our traditions of storytelling as humans, like they vary culture to culture.
Yeah.
But fundamentally, they're very similar.
Yeah.
We like
for
oral
sure.
storytelling. We like it when someone gives us an anecdote. We love it when someone says, "Oh my God, tell the story about that."
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I have stock. I like telling stories, so I have stock stories that are good stories.
Yeah.
And like if I want to
Just bring
share that
them
with
out.
someone,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fun. Or if
Yeah.
I want to, if
Oh,
it's someone
yeah.
new, because we like that. We like to hear
Listening.
stories, and then that often leads on to another story. Oh, let me tell you about this. Time.
Yeah. Oh.
So there's a connection, and we like to imagine it. I think that's it. For me, I love reading because I like spending time on my own.
That's good though. I mean, I'm the same. It's
Yeah.
just good. It's just, but then you also don't feel alone because you've got that book, and that book is almost like
There's that element to it,
Yeah.
because I don't think reading is a sad sack.
Oh,
Like, you know, I don't mean like,
yeah.
I like to say like I think an extroverted introvert, so
Yeah.
I really enjoy company of people, but I
You also need
recharge very much on my
yeah,
own.
yeah,
So I think there's that element of
Yeah.
doing a solo. I love speaking about books though.
yeah.
And they will, yeah.
yeah.
Like I enjoy the process of being
Yeah.
on your own, but I
Then
like.
you like talking about it a lot. As
Oh
well.
my God! Have you never put a book down and then you're just like, I need to speak to someone about this immediately?
Yeah, definitely. And you sometimes, well, for me, that's where YouTube has helped a lot. BookTube, because sometimes I don't know anyone who has read the book that I've
Yeah,
read. And
that
I'm like,
is
oh my
really
god,
good.
YouTube, and I'm like, oh wow, someone's done a review of it. I'm going to talk to this.
I
I'm going
need
to comment.
to like them though. Will I like any of them?
I don't know. That's exactly.
They all like you.
Thank you. Why am I filming this video, guys? You comment down below why I'm even here with this girl. Hello, darkness, my husband.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Have you ever had a friend or someone in your life who like didn't read and because of you maybe have started reading, or like that you saw them after? Really? Yeah, that's so. Isn't that really satisfying?
Yeah, it's really good.
Was it because of a book that you recommended to them, or just they maybe?
My
saw
dad
you?
recently, so my dad reads a bit,
Yeah.
but he likes it to be like connected to things that he's interested, obviously, because I think maybe he works all day, gets home and he's tired at night.
Yeah.
Maybe doesn't have as much leisure time.
Yeah.
And I got him for his birthday. I got him these books about his football team that he loves. And there's a guy who writes for The Guardian who wrote a fictional account of that team and some
Alright.
event within it.
So
and
cool.
he loved it. And he kept phoning me and being like, "Oh my God, I love this book. I'm going to give it to such and such and such and
That's
such."
so
And I like little
amazing.
moments like that. And like if my niece reads something, I like. And yeah, I try and I give books to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I try and
Try and,
if there's
yeah.
something that someone spoke about, I'll try and find it for them. And
That's so good though, because this is exactly what's great about reading in books, because there's so many genres, there's so many topics that you can like. So people, like I had a friend who, when I met her like 8 years ago, and I used to read at the time as well, and she'd never read, and she was like, she always seen the book and be like, I don't understand why you, what? Like, why would you do that when you're like not, when you don't need to? And I was like, so it's just my, sorry, like you don't like it, I do. And then I met up with her, I don't see her as often now, I met up with her recently, and she just had a book in her bag. Shout out to Hannah, by the way. She came to stay and she had a book, and I was like, is that a book in your bag, Hannah? And she was like, yes, I'm a reader now, I read now. It's because she's now found what she likes. I think some people just have this misconception of like, oh, all books are going to be the same.
It's because of school as well.
Yeah,
like,
and
you can afford
they make you do classics, and classics are good. Like, I'm not going to say they're bad.
I love classics now, and I'm an adult.
When you're reading them for pleasure.
Yeah, like Tess of the D'Urbervilles is
I
one
love
of my
that. That's one
favourite
of my,
books.
yeah.
But as a teenager, you could not have convinced me
I had to read it for school, but I still liked it.
I think maybe I did have to read it,
Yeah.
but anyway, I remember not enjoying it, and then as an adult, like it's one of my favourite.
I'd like to reread it actually.
Yeah.
So if you guys, just out of interest, if you're watching this potentially and you haven't read in a while, there's a genre for there is a book for everything. I think everyone,
absolutely.
and it's so different to like TV and obviously I like films, and it's so nice to be able to imagine things.
Yeah.
And it really helps the brain. It helps. It keeps
when
you
I'm on a
active.
commute and I see people on Candy Crush,
which I used to play when I was young.
Do you know what? It's fine. Play Candy Crush. Play it if you want to ruin your brain.
Yeah, it's
forever.
so brain.
You get nothing out of that.
No.
So like when I'm watching people, I just want to be like, there must be something. And short stories are good for that. Short stories are good for commutes. Because you can potentially, if your commute's 25 minutes, depending on what it is, you can have read one little story on the way there, and you might not have enjoyed it, but I feel like it's better for yourself.
Definitely, yeah. And sometimes you will enjoy them.
Yeah, it's less empty feeling.
Yeah. I feel like I learn so much from books, even if it's a stupid fiction book. I don't know why I just called fiction stupid. I'm just saying, if it's like a random fiction book, I just like, there's still something that you gain. Just reading about someone else's experience will give you an insight into potentially, if you, I can't explain it, but it's just one of those things where you just, it broadens your horizons in a way.
Oh my god, how many times have you read a book you've maybe not understand either a word,
I do that all the time,
or a place or a thing,
yeah,
or there's a reference to something historical, and you're like, is that true or not?
Yeah, and then you Google it. Yeah,
you learn. You can.
I literally have a note thing on my phone where every time I don't understand a word, I like write it. I obviously Google it, but I also write it down so I can go back on it and see if I remember what it meant later. Also, do you like ever write in your books?
I'm not.
You're not that kind of person. See, I do it a lot.
I'd love to because I'd love to.
Or like underline it or something, or you're not that kind of person.
No,
that's fine. That's interesting because everyone's got different reading habits.
I think there's something, an old drama teacher years ago, like I wrote in the margins, and she made a comment about it. So I think there's an element of me that thinks you should.
Reminds, yeah.
Even though, at one point I did obviously write in.
Do you read? So one thing that when I was younger, my mum kind of made me start doing this. When she got me the first Harry Potter book, and I must have been like 9 or something, and I finished it, and I was like, Mum, can I get the second one now? And then she was like, yeah, but before I get you buy the second one, do you want to like maybe write down when you finished it, the date of like today or whatever? So now since then, every book I read, at the end of it, I just write down the date of when I read it. And I don't know why. It's one of those things that my mum. But it's nice because when I look back on like very old books that I haven't read in ages, I'm like, oh, so I read it like in 2001. Like, oh, okay. And now I've made a habit of actually writing a few words as well about what I thought of the book.
Yeah.
Because I think I keep my books. I'm like,
of course you can do that on Goodreads now.
Yeah, I know you can. Goodreads is a good website.
But that is, it does the same
exact same thing. Yeah. Also, you should follow me on or add me on Goodreads if you want. So yeah, link down below. Do you want people to add you as well?
I don't know what I am on. You couldn't add me if you tried.
But I'll leave my link down below anyway.
It's really good because you can see how many, you can use it in various ways, but you can basically see how much you've read, and then you can review things, and then you can recommend things to your friends.
Yep.
Or
and I trust
Goodreads
reviews more than I do Amazon ones, for instance.
Yeah, me too, actually. Yeah.
I always go on Goodreads to see what people think.
And you can go through quotes by the authors, which is really nice.
You can choose your favourite quotes. Goodreads is a very good website, so you should get on it. Sorry about the noise outside, by the way, guys. Let's make this really sad. Do you remember the first book that made you cry?
One eternity later.
For me, sorry, massive thing.
Go.
It was Harry Potter, the 6th one.
I bet, yeah.
No, I'm not going to say what happens in it, but most people know.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's funny because I think you remember, because I remember the first film that made me cry, I remember the first musical that made me cry, and I remember the first book that made me cry. And when it happened, I was just reading on my own, and I was like, what the hell? A book is making me cry. It's weird when the first time it happens, I think. I don't know, I remember I found it weird anyway. But it's amazing because now I cry almost every book. I really am. I cry. I laugh as well. The other day at work, I was reading a book and Jess was right around, but I was just reading my book, and I'm just laughing, just like, have I done something? I'm like, no, sorry, it's not you. I'm just laughing at my book.
It's like honest response because it's just you in the book, so any response is legitimate.
Natural.
It's not like
just,
you know,
you're
you're watching TV with someone and you're like,
you're not doing it for anyone, but it's very genuine. Yeah,
there's something really nice.
Yeah,
I don't remember the first book that made me cry necessarily. I cry a lot. I cry when I'm happy a lot as well. Like I'm quite like emotional person.
Yeah. So
like
really
nice
like
joy. Like it never. Yeah, I love that. I think the book that made me cry the most is one that lots of my writer friends don't like, and I don't care. I stand up for it all the time.
Okay.
One Day by David Nichols.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Book,
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
A lot of people, it's not regarded very highly in literary
I know.
necessarily.
And it's fine. It's an interesting story. The way it was done, I thought, was amazing.
I thought it was really
very
beautiful
unique,
and just really a really nice way of putting it together.
Yeah.
And there's a big event in that. If you haven't, I mean, I think it's a very beautiful book. If you like Richard Curtis films and quintessentially kind of English things, it's just a kind of realist drama book from two people's perspective over the course of 20 years.
It's
so one day,
beautiful, yeah.
and it is. I think it's beautiful. I think it's a really beautiful. But there is a big event that you don't expect. I
can see why.
I sobbed for it.
Yeah.
I read it overnight, and I
The
never.
whole thing.
Yeah, I never stay up like late to do stuff like that. I never feel good in the morning. But I read it all over.
Yeah.
And I was like weeping in the middle of the night. Yeah.
The last thing I think I just want to talk about and get your opinion on. Obviously, I don't know if you know, but a lot of big YouTubers, like massively, like million subscriber YouTubers, in the past few years have been writing books. And have you heard of Zoella, Sam? Like she's like she's probably the biggest female British YouTuber.
Is that what she does? I know the name.
She doesn't do that. She does makeup videos. That's her thing. Yeah.
I mean, I love makeup.
No, it's fine. No. But so a few years, she was one of the first people to bring out a book. Yeah, exactly.
Makeup is.
So but then she brought out this book, and then she was one of the first people to get a book deal because of her subscribers. Obviously, people do get that when they're popular. Even if you can't write, you're like, okay, whatever, give a book out. And then she was like, oh my god, I've always wanted to be a writer. Oh, it's my dream. She'd make vlogs about that. No hate on Zoella, by the way. And then very quickly after it was released, it was confirmed that it was ghostwritten, so she had not written it at all. Mate, it's alright. There's nothing wrong with being ghostwritten books either, but it's just when you claim that you've written it, that was what the problem was with her. People were very annoyed that she had pretended that she had put all these like hours into writing it herself. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then there's so many YouTubers.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
No, neither. So there's so many other YouTubers since as well who've done it, and I see people would argue and say, well, what's wrong with it because it's getting young people to read. But do you think there's value in books that aren't necessarily...
Depends what the content is, though.
Yeah.
I feel like, what is the content and what does it...
Not great. I mean, I've not read any of these because I just can't put myself into it. But people who have a lot of the reviews would say it's not even really well written. Some of them might be, but a lot of these aren't even well written.
I think, to be honest, it's just, for me, it just sounds like a money-making... It's just a brand.
Yeah, exactly.
They know she's a brand and they know people are trying to make as much... I feel like for someone like her, she'll be making a lot of money as well, which is great. I'm happy she's in that position, and I'm happy that it's a woman doing something like that. I think it's great.
Guys do it.
But there'll be
Don't worry.
But I think there'll be lots of other people who will make money off her as well, like agents and all that as well. So I think there'll be pressure on her
to make it,
to do other stuff.
Yeah.
And who doesn't want to be like a published author? Who doesn't want to say, if someone gave you the opportunity, just like, oh, we'll put this out for you and we'll say it's
that's so well done. Yeah, that's so true, and that's the one thing. Like exactly, when you.
I wouldn't do it. I'd rather kill myself than like
do something that you don't.
Have my name on someone else's thing. Absolutely not.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
But I can get how that could be really appealing.
Yeah, they'd be like, of course, because people will think it's me, and oh my god, my name's there.
And the graft is hard. Sitting at your desk every day, looking at a blank piece of paper is.
This is exactly why I wanted to ask you, because if you didn't know, Sam is an actor, she's an author, she's a writer, and that's kind of what actually makes me annoyed though, because I know people like you, or people who are genuinely interested in writing, who work hard at it, and then just someone just, I mean, I know it's just a business side, but it really just, it just annoys me personally. I just want
I don't. I mean, you can. This applies to every industry in the world. There's always like people who fleece by and other people work harder. It doesn't matter. Like, this is the slog. The slog is that I sit in front of a computer every day until it's finished. This is a real way people write. Well, yeah, because it won't get written.
Yeah, well, exactly. This is why everybody knew that Zoella had not written her books, because she vlogs her life every day, and she's not at her there. She's like travel. She's just loving life. That's her life. Anyway, let's not talk about Zoe anymore, because she's alright. She's an alright chick. I don't like her boyfriend though. She's not. You guys know how I feel about Alfie Days. Lord have mercy. We don't like the guy. That's also a jerk. He's okay. You can do
I don't know who any of these people are.
You're not missing out, Sam. Enjoy your life without them, please. But I think, Lord have mercy, this has been a long hot choc chat, to the point where my hot chocolate is empty. Like, I don't think it's ever happened before.
I've got one little dribble left.
Enjoy your last dribble. By the way, guys, we had some cake as well, but we decided to not eat them whilst we're chatting to you, because we're polite. No, you ate them before is what I'm saying, but you're gonna go for it. You know, reading about food and using it. So guys, I mean, we could talk about books all day, especially when Sam is involved.
Yeah.
But I think like this video has been long enough already. But we might potentially do more videos in the future. Maybe like specific videos if you want to anyway. Because I used to love book reviews on my channel anyway, guys. If you go back to it, don't go back. But in 2013, there's a lot of I used to do a lot.
Go back. It's worth it.
So yeah, I mean, I'm going to try and do some more every now and again, because I know some of you guys as well have said that you enjoy it. Feel free to, firstly, thank you to Sam for being in the video and all that.
Thank you.
It's been really fun. So if you want to potentially add me on Goodreads, which is a website, if you don't have a Goodreads account, it doesn't take long for you to make one.
You can link it to your Facebook as well. It's really easy.
And it's just really fun to get recommendations and stuff, and you can tell Goodreads what kind of genres you like. It's a really good idea. It will help. It will also, I think, motivate you to read more books as well. Yeah. So if you may be in a reading slump, that could help. So I'll leave mine down below if you want to add me there. Obviously, you'll all follow me anyway, hopefully, on Twitter and Instagram. If you don't, please do. Although Instagram more, because I hardly go on Twitter these days. Sam can be found on.
I'm on Instagram as Sammy Blaney. Sammy with a Y. And BLANEY.
I'll leave her link down below as well.
Yeah, it's just me singing a plant, so
her Instagram stories are hilarious. So I would say,
very specific.
If you're into plants,
you need to be into very specific
stuff to enjoy her. I think they're hilarious, and obviously she writes as well. Sometimes you might put some of your writing stuff in there.
I read a lot of books, and I put some.
Yeah, there'll be some book stuff as well. So if you're into books, I think she's very good for that. Also, you might not have noticed, but we're both wearing these incredible badges, which I'll insert a picture, because you're very far away from you guys. I'll insert a picture here right now in the middle so you can see these. You can get this from a website called Lit Emporium, I believe. I'll leave them down below. It's an Etsy website. They're very great. They do some really great literary stuff.
Love a badge.
I love a good badge. Yeah, you do. I know you do. But yeah, this has been the March Hot Choc Chat. I hope you've enjoyed it. Leave comments down below, and I'll obviously about anything. Let me know what your favourite book is. Actually, I don't know why she's swinging.
Oh, yeah.
Swing Time is a good book, but I don't know. That's a different thing.
Zadie Smith.
Lady Smith is amazing, but I don't actually know how I feel about Swing Time. Yeah, leave comments down below with your favourite books.
Yeah.
About any of the discussions that you wanted, if you wanted to, anything you want, in fact. Suggestions of books that I could read, anything. I'd be happy to read them. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you. Goodbye. Can you come in here? No, that's too much. Yeah, that's fair. Maybe go a little bit to the left.
Yeah, because I need to look at you at some point. And like, we can't.
I just wanted to test it. Okay, can you go back? Not too much though. You ready?
Yeah.
Are you?
No.
Okay, I'm so sorry that I'm going to go into Sam for God mode now. I'm talking to myself. God. 1, 2, 3. It's just always the hardest starting it. When we get into it, it'll be absolutely fine. Don't look at me.
It's because you're going to be this crazy person, aren't you?
No.
Just be you.
It's just a start.
I just want to see the transformation.
No, don't look. Are you done?
I'm not allowed to sit it.
You can go for it, go for it. Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, okay.
You drink now, like milk, let's start eating.
Drink it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No, I mean, I don't mind your name. You
That's
can.
your name as well.
Yeah.
What have you got? Something to talk about.
Yeah, we're back. It's fine. Oh, sorry.
No,
I feel like a teacher, so you can't use your phone anymore.
Look, this is the only time you're ever allowed to post.
I'm very proud of this
And
moment.
then on Saturday, are you working tomorrow?
Yeah, I am.
Well, you'll be back
Oh,
in my
no.
collection. I'm gonna give you the worst.
Oh, I hate you so much. So obviously you said that you really enjoy.
I feel like should I be offended because every time
No, it's because
you see why I stopped being an actress because I've got corpse face. That's why. I never said yes to marshmallows anywhere, so I never knew that. Obviously, they expand and they get all delicious and hot chocolate.
Oh yeah, of course. They're amazing.
Revelation.
Yeah,
Very
and you only just
revelation.
Oh my god, Lord.
I was like, do you want
have
marshmallows?
missed out.
I was like, sure.
They're amazing. Another genre.
Just give me like a little.
I know, I really
count.
should. I'm terrible. People, thank you. Anyone who's ever in my videos, thank you for putting up with me.
You're not meant to be natural on TV.
No, that's
this
true.
looks fine when you do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's just when you're sitting next to you, it's just mental.
I know. Nobody talks like this. I feel like this is going to be an 85-minute long video, by the way.
It doesn't need to be. We can stop at any point.
No,
Where do you want it?
we're gonna.
Yeah, please stop at some point.
You did say it. We will
I'm
try.
really warm right now.
Me too, I'm hot. Also, we need to take a thumbnail video, so we're gonna have to pretend later at the end that we do have hot chocolate in this and just take a thumbnails.
Yeah.
You're familiar with the twang. Okay.
Video. Camera.
Well done. What's that sound? What's the thing under? Well done. You're getting there. You're getting there.
Not that old.
Wow. I'm joking. I'm joking. It's only because it's very rarely that I can say that because all my friends are like 14.
Whatever. All the friends are 14.
Yeah, it's really sad, isn't it? They're not, by the way, guys. They are not. Oh, this is a joke.
Wouldn't be a problem if they were, but also.
No, they're not. Might be a bit weird, considering I'm 27. So the last thing. It's just weird, isn't it? 'Cause we have
We're
a
very
moment.
close together.
Can
I be your mum's surrogate daughter? I'll learn Iranian.
She'd love you more than me, Sam. It's dangerous. You'd be here every night. You'd be like the perfect child. Yeah, that's what you feel. Exactly what she wants from me, and I don't give it to her. No, we're not doing this ever. You're never gonna see her again. That's it. Just in case. It's risky. We love you like. No. That's it. Communication over. I hate my hair so much. Just don't listen to me when I'm complaining. Cool. And don't look at me that way, thank you. You might have noticed.
You're so easy to get going.
I know.
All I have to do is that.
I know, but you just can you not be not.
I feel like we're co-hosting like a morning TV show.
Hello, I'm as well. Today's topic is
Reading.
bam bam bam. Do-do-do. So I think we should probably. So I think we should don't. So I think your face.
I'm not even looking at you.
No,
so
exactly.
You can feel it.
I can. So I think we should probably try and wrap this up. So I think. Don't breathe. You can, by the way. I don't want you to die.
I'm fine. I'm just gonna smile at the
Fine,
camera.
fine,
while
fine.
you fuck this up.
So I think we've talked enough about. There's never enough talk.
What was that? Oh, lovely.
Thank you so much.
We talked a lot.
That's what I was going to say. So guys, I feel like. What's wrong with me? Oh my god. So let's end this video. I think we've chatted quite a bit.
I'd like you to leave.
Bye. Thanks. So let's end this.
So I'm gonna end this now.
Yeah, I'm done. I've learned a lot about her recently.
It's just Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah. Oh Lord, have mercy.
Welcome to Samar's casting.
This is going terribly wrong, guys. I don't understand. Should we do that one more time? Right, when did that moment happen?
You said thank you, but where?
We've already thanked you. I'm not gonna thank you again. But yeah, thank you. But yeah, this has been. I'm not a robot, so.
You're gonna do your voice in, didn't it? You're gonna do your voice in.
No, it's fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I've
got really little hands.
You do.
I know I do, but they just look really small next to. I mean, they're
I've never noticed how small they are.
I mean, they're not much smaller than yours.
They are. Stop pretending.
You've got big shovel hands.
Stop pretending, sir. I've never. Oh my god, this is so exciting for me.
They still do everything. I've got the thumb. I can pick up a mug.
You sure? You sure? Are they functional?
Look.
They're tiny. Hate you. I don't. Okay, so can you please? I would like us to potentially be the same height. I don't know how we can make that possible. But yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Whoa. Since when have you been so good at taking instructions?
Oh my god, I went to drama school.
Yeah, but you work with actual directors, not with someone like me who just gives you really.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You actually have to listen to him because most directors are actual idiots.
Really?
You don't really want
I love that.
You have to listen very
so
hard.
you understand what's happening. Do you think they can see the mugs? Maybe no. Come back. No. No.
Why?
Don't move.